And even in our last stream, if I pull over to the chart here, we spoke about the fact that we're just Bitcoin, even though we touched the all-time high. Normally, you're looking for a 20 to 30% correction around this area, with certain support markers that you want to be looking at, right? And I know you guys follow me on YouTube, on Twitter, which I just love hanging out on Twitter and talking markets and crypto. But there's also some of the analysis that we're playing in the Jewelers Guild Discord over here at the Market TA with Trade. And again, this is just exclusive content that we're dropping in the Jewelers Discord. Yes, I am, guild shilling, but as PvP comes around, guild shilling is going to be important because the harder competition is what's coming. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to see the top G's. We're waiting to see the guys that can come out here and dominate, player versus player, whether it's 1v1, 3v3, 9v9. How many rounds can you go in a mechanism with high rewards? So that's what's coming. But we also have the market analysis here, and we throw in certain exclusive content out here. And we were projecting for Bitcoin to make this pump back into this channel here as of April 1st, I believe, and we're in April about 14th. Kind of looking for this descending wedge here to bring us to lower prices. After some really parabolic run and about 200 days of really bullish action. So, a lot of early signals we're throwing out there, and the history is there. That's the most important part, right? The history is there for you to follow and check on it. So we're following the yield token. We're following a bunch of other different tokens here as well. So not a lot of just content during the week, but just anticipating to see what was going to be happening and what was going to be occurring. So that's that. Obviously, since then, we've seen Bitcoin correct quite a bit. And there's a question at hand when you're looking at this descending wedge. You're looking at the last time Bitcoin, the first actually correction at the all-time high, right? Because it's happened 3 times now, was over at 59,000. It was very quick, didn't last long. We got this aggressive movement and got another high, got a rejection there. And again, this pattern is something you want to look for, because when we look at the larger time frames, you'll see what happened in the previous correctional period. All in all, the biggest thing to look for here is this kind of pattern leads to a correction of that 20 to 30%, and leading into the Bitcoin halving. Even after the halving, it could be a 2, 3, 4 week trend here where it tries to find this bottom. Using 63 as a support area that it's quickly been able to go to has been nice to see. But overall, when you look at the weekly and the monthly, there may still be yet some downturn to come here. And in our the TA trades on the Discord, we put out the fact that we don't want to do that. We put out the fact that, look, 58,000 is the support area for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader of all the rest of the markets. You're seeing the altcoins bleed, some more than others. You're seeing layer ones like AVAX finally have a bit of a correctional period that could come towards the market as concerned. But for the longest time, we've been stating that $21 is the bull market support area. We got an impulse from there. Then we got a lower, a higher low to that support area. The question at hand is this current movement, is this current bounce on some of these major, not only Bitcoin, but altcoins, are these the possible bottoms of these regions? And really, when we look at the weekly and the monthly, this healthy correction was needed. This is the F run and find out zone for AVAX. Very strong support if you're looking at the monthly chart over at that bull market support area, depending on how far down this Bitcoin correction goes. And so a place where we're going to be looking for strong support. Now, as the 200-week moving average continues, and I like this positive action from it, as it continues to find its way up to meet the price action, you can get some great consolidation at what? At $29, at $34. But if you get another wick down, yeah, if this movement is more aggressive from Bitcoin, you get another move down, we could be looking at AVAX at its juiciest since the last what? Since December of 2023. It's sitting there currently. And bull market support area at $21. Looking to find a really strong support area here. I mean, this is really nice to see a higher low here between this fib area of $28. So if the question is at hand that where's Bitcoin to move for us to make a determination, then let's look at Bitcoin's monthly, because that's going to allow us to just finish this and move on. Bitcoin monthly, all-time high area. You saw a pattern of 2 points of higher price action at the all-time high area before a devastating correction. So if we're having this correction very similar to the previous pattern on a smaller time frame, and again, I just showed it to you guys on the daily and the weekly candle, we have a 200-week moving average that's just literally needing time to work its way to not only get in the F around and find out zone, which is this yellow zone here, which was Bitcoin's bull market support area, which it just blasted through there. That was pretty cool to see. But on the monthly candle, we have a possible engulfing candle, all right? A possible engulfing candle in April in the Bitcoin halving period, where if this price action is able to, if this monthly candle is able to engulf the previous month, if this monthly candle is able to engulf the previous month, it is most likely about a 70 to 60% indicator that we're getting low prices. So if we get into the end of April, and the candle closes, so April 28th, coming in April, let me not embarrass myself. Let me make sure I got this right. You have 30 days in April. If by the Sunday, the 28th to the 30th, this candle closes, engulfing this previous candle, we could be seeing a 50% correction into the next candle and the next possible support area, right? And so what does that mean if we dig in a little closer? If we get this engulfing pattern here, and if it closes, now if it closes above 63, that's an indicator of another strong movement from Bitcoin going to the Bitcoin halving. I don't see that. I'm still anticipating the full 20% correction here, possibly at that $58,000 region, which it has wicked there, but it has not spent significant time there. If we get this continued 50% correction, and let me just pull out this of the previous candle, right, which is half the candle. And a downward, this will be a 20%. Let's go a little bit of a 10%. That puts us at $57,000 with what? With the weekly 200-week moving indicator still lagging behind. So it's very feasible, again, long story short, for us to get a $52 range and a $58,000 range here for Bitcoin. For lower price action, for quick wicks corrections, and to see meme coins go down 90%, altcoins go down 30, 40%, and Bitcoin itself to go down from the top anywhere from 20 to 30%. And we've gotten to 20% numerous times. Do we get that extra dip to 30% to form some capitulation there? But we're just looking for this engulfing candle, this monthly candle, to close. And what I wanted to show before that's very similar to its previous price action is you got an all-time high, and then you got a spike above the all-time high, which has been creating this bouncing off of this channel here, and that's why we anticipated this move here 2 to 3 weeks ago. So watching that, it's where the altcoin supports are, where that'll lie. But all in all, it's just a healthy correction. We're looking to make our way, if we're looking to just wrap up with Bitcoin before we do our first dark summit. If we're looking to wrap up here with Bitcoin, for someone who is still not satisfied with their positions, it's just a dollar cost averaging opportunity. You know, when you look at DeFi Kingdoms, when you look at Metis, the Meta's platform and look at all those pools, when you look at the Coliseum, when you look at even some meme coins that have run dramatically, next 2 months is really not financial advice. A very sweet, opportune time to take your time and figure out what it is you're trying to get into and how you're trying to play it. Because all in all, again, as we post on a Jewelers podcast, 92,000 is the next area of movement where we'll get a lot of consolidation and very, very, very volatile price action. It's an area we've been watching for a while. And in a macro sense, the top of the bull market, anything between $92,000 and $140,000 is a very dangerous area, but it's an area where if your bags are parked, there's an opportunity to try to run up some good percentages. So that's that for Bitcoin. Some people weren't expecting this correction, some were. At the end of the day, it's just a cool opportunity. I know Jewel is something that's in the very intricate position, and we'll talk about that.